Hello viewers, welcome to Kids Auto and Truck Repair. Today we have a 2016 Chevy Tahoe with a 5.3 liter engine. The customer complaint on this vehicle is the check engine light came on the dash while he was driving, and the check transmission light also came on the dash. The customer told me that when those lights came on, the transmission started shifting funny. Then he pulled over, he didn't want to drive it again. And then he told me that he noticed the fan was turning on all the time. So the fan stayed on for about 15 minutes when he turned the key off. So he got the vehicle on the tow truck. He towed the vehicle to our shop. Here we are. So the customer said, Dio, please take a look at it, figure it out for me, fix it, and then let me know when it's done. So the tow truck driver dropped it off earlier this morning. We drove the vehicle here in the shop. So let's see what we're gonna find. Behind the camera, we have our famous cameraman Kyler. Thanks for being here. So now the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go in the vehicle, we're gonna start the engine, we're gonna confirm the customer's complaint. After confirming the customer's complaint, then we will get the scan tool connected to the vehicle to see what kind of trouble codes we have in the engine computer. So now, let's go in the vehicle so we can confirm the customer's complaint. All right, so I'm gonna get the scan tool dongle connected to the vehicle here. I got my scan tool here. I'm going to start the engine. Let's see if the check engine light is going to remain on the dash while the engine is running. So I hope you can hear the engine is running. This vehicle has 141,000 miles, 884. So 141,884. So check engine light is remaining on the dash. I'm gonna show you the dash so you can look at the check engine light. So as you can see, the check engine light is on the dash while the engine is running. So that's customer's complaint confirmed. I'm gonna turn off the engine. I don't know if you can hear, the fan is really loud under the dash. Cameraman Kyler, can you hear that? Yeah. It's really loud under the dash. So now this engine is fairly cold, but the fan is really loud, so something is not right. I'm gonna pop the hood. I'm gonna turn off the engine. So the engine is off, but the fan is still on. Let's go under the hood. You see the fan? Yeah. So that's a problem, guys. The fan keeps running. Why? So now let's go back in the vehicle. To some of you who are Chevy experts, you might know what's going on here. Usually when you see a fan that goes on for a while like this, usually that's a communication problem. So let's see what we're gonna find. Now let's go in the vehicle so we can get the engine computer scanned. I'm gonna turn the key on. Scan tool is connected to the vehicle. Actually, when I turn the key on, the fan speed increased. Kyler, did you notice that? Something is going on. Okay, I'm gonna have to close the door. This dinging noise. All right, so let's scan all these control units and see what we got. Now, it's getting late here. We're probably gonna have to continue this tomorrow. I just wanna scan all the control units so I can have an idea of what's going on, and then we're gonna continue our diagnosis tomorrow. So, the scan tool has identified the vehicle. We're gonna click OK. Let's do a code scan. That's odd. We have an engine coolant temperature sensor trouble code. Engine coolant temperature below thermostat regulating temperature. That's interesting. Now, this code can be caused by a bad temperature sensor, a bad engine temperature sensor, or a problem in the engine temperature sensor wiring, or a computer problem, or a thermostat problem. Now, if we have a bad temperature sensor that's sending a skewed signal to the engine computer, that can cause this too, because we can have a temperature sensor that's telling the engine computer that the engine is hot while it's not. That can cause the fan to run constantly. So let's see. We got one code in the engine computer, no codes in the transmission control unit, no codes in the ABS control unit, no codes in the airbag, one code in the amplifier, one code in the BCM, It's a hood ajar, circuit short to battery. Okay, we know that. I mean, the hood is open. Control module, power circuit, voltage below threshold. Now the fan just went off under the hood. And then on the generic side of the tool, we have one code, P0128. Coolant thermostat, coolant temperature below, thermostat regulating temperature. That's odd. I thought I was gonna see some communication codes here, but we got no U codes. So let's go in the engine computer. Let's look at the data. I wanna look at our engine temperature, because I barely started the vehicle. I drove it from the parking lot to the shop. Now, on the OE side, we could be dealing with substituted value. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna back out. Let's go to the generic side. Let's look at the engine temperature data pid on the generic side to see if we're gonna have the same number. All right, so same thing here. Engine temperature is 113. So this is not a lot. Let me start the engine. Our engine temperature is increasing. Our fuel trim numbers look fine. Long-term fuel trim bank 1 is minus 2.2. Short-term fuel trim bank 1 is 0 right now. Short-term fuel trim bank 2 is 0.08%, and then long-term fuel trim bank 2 is minus 3.0. We are in closed loop. Now the code we have could be caused by the thermostat. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna increase the engine RPMs. Let's see how high the engine temperature is gonna get. When we get to about 195 or 200 degrees, the thermostat should open and graph, the temperature should drop, which would indicate the opening of the thermostat. On a good thermostat, that's how it should work. So let's see. I'm holding the engine RPMs. Let me graph the engine RPM. I'm holding the engine RPMs at about 3,200. Okay, we have so many data pids on the screen, and this is it's causing the scan tool to update a lot slowly. Oh, look at that. We went from 45 now down to 43. Yeah, this is a thermostat problem. Now we jumped up to 45. We went back up to 47. You guys will see this on the screen. Then now we're going up. Yeah, this thermostat is probably sticking. Now our engine temperature is 154. I don't think this is a sensor problem. Usually when you have a sensor issue, you have some erratic readings, like the readings will be going up and down erratically. I mean the temperature. But this is not what's happening. So let me let off. So let's increase the engine RPMs again. So now we're dropping. So this thermostat opened over here at 168. Yeah, this is not good. So this thermostat is opening too soon, and I believe it's sticking. So it's probably causing this engine to overheat sometimes. And if you have an engine that overheats, that can cause the transmission to shift erratically sometimes. If the engine overheats suddenly like that, it could affect the transmission, the way the transmission shifts. So based on what I see, here's what I'm gonna do. I mean, you guys will see this on the screen. What should have happened is the temperature should have increased all the way up to about 195 or 200, and then it was gonna drop when the thermostat opens, because on these trucks, if I remember correctly, the temperature opens around 195 degrees or 200. The fact that this is opening at 168, no, That's there, look, it's dropping right now. All right, so based on what I see, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna recommend a thermostat replacement on this engine. We're gonna look up the coolant interval to see, I'm gonna talk to the customer to see if he has had his cooling system flashed recently. If the cooling system hasn't been flashed, I'm gonna recommend flashing the cooling system and replacing the thermostat, and then we're gonna do some tests again. Because yeah, look at this. Yeah, this thermostat is a problem. Let's look at the code. What code do we have? Right there. P0128. Coolant thermostat, coolant temperature below thermostat regulating temperature. Yeah. This thermostat is toast. Now, the other thing I noticed, this window is not going up and down. So the driver's side window, I'm pressing the switch right now. It's not going up and down. So we're gonna have to fix this too. All right, so I'm gonna turn off the engine. Let's go under the hood so we can figure out where the thermostat is located on this truck. We are here under the hood. We're going to replace the thermostat. It's the next day. We stopped yesterday after I said we were gonna come under the hood. We looked at the data. The data indicated to us that the thermostat is opening at the wrong time. So when I was at the Chevy dealership, the thermostat assembly was pretty cheap, and the engine temperature sensor was very cheap too. I think it was close to like 20 bucks. So I decided to also go ahead and replace the engine temperature sensor. So we're gonna replace the ECT sensor and the thermostat. So we're gonna get that installed, and then we're gonna take this on a test drive. I believe after we do that and we erase the trouble codes, the fan will no longer be staying on after we turn off the engine. I have my friend Steve here with me. Steve, thanks for being here. So Steve will help me do this. Behind the camera, we have cameraman Kyler. Kyler, thanks for being here. So let's remove this air duct first. So Steve, you're gonna do that. We're gonna remove this first. We're gonna rock this back and forth, just like that. Nice. So here it comes. Steve, you can just put that on that bench over there. So here is the thermostat and thermostat housing. It's pretty straightforward, easy to get to. Now, before we disconnect these hoses, I would like to drain the radiator because the system is filled with coolant. If we just disconnect these hoses, we're gonna have coolant all over the place, and it's gonna touch the belt, and that can cause the belt to squeak. So I'm gonna undo this cap on the surge tank. So now we're gonna lift up the vehicle so we can get to the bottom of the radiator. Then we're gonna drain it. It looks like we're gonna have to remove this heat shield. This plastic piece. Okay, so Steve, can you remove this? Absolutely. This looks like a 15 or 16. So we're gonna remove this shield. And then, actually, hold on, Steve.
Yes.
I can just peek over here.
Okay.
I don't see a drain tube on the bottom of the radiator. Do you see anything?
I do not.
It looks like we cannot drain this radiator. There's no drain. There's no drain on it. Sometimes they put some drains on the bottom of it, on the sides. I just don't want to disconnect those tubes up there. We're gonna have coolant all over the place. I mean, since there's no drain plug, what can we do? I mean, we're just gonna have to carefully, yeah, there's no drain plugs. All right, cool. We wanted to drain this. Now, while we're here, let's do a quick visual inspection under the truck. Although the truck did not come here for an inspection, but while we're here, we're gonna check everything. Okay, so Kyler, you can come here and show everyone. Oh, we're missing some clamps here. We're supposed to have two clamps right here. Oh no, actually this clamp is here, but it's just black. I couldn't see it. This truck looks pretty clean underneath. It's pretty clean. No leaks. Actually, I put shocks on this truck a couple months ago. See these shocks, the air shocks, they're still new. I installed these not too long ago. This truck is in great condition. You know what? The owner was asking me, he was like, Dio, should I get rid of the truck? I said, no, you don't need to. I mean, it's a pretty nice truck. He said, check engine light came on and the fan is running. I said, come on. You're not going to get rid of the truck just because the check engine light came on and the fan stayed on. Come on. All right, so I don't see anything alarming under here. Yeah, this is nice. Do you see anything, Steve?
Yes, sir. It looks pretty well
It looks nice, right?
together.
All right, so we're gonna lower the vehicle and then I'll bring you guys back up. Let's get this thermostat replaced. Here's the part number for the thermostat. As you can see, OEM only. So here is the brand new thermostat assembly. Ooh, shiny. Okay, then this is the sensor. Like I said, I mean, the sensor is located, where is the sensor located? It's somewhere. Oh, it's right next to it. Oh, easy peasy. See, now this truck probably doesn't need the sensor, but the sensor was pretty cheap. You know, I was like, you know what? I mean, hey, this is some, how do they call it? Preventative maintenance. Yeah, I just want to be safe. You know, I don't want to come back. Thermostat is out. Next thing, sensor might go out. So you know what? Why not? Cheap. Let's get it. Okay. So that's what we're gonna install. So now I'm gonna use this pig mat. Since there's no drain plug on the radiator, I wanted to drain it, but so I'm gonna put this pig mat around the belt. So I'm gonna cover the belt as much as I can so I don't get any coolant on it. Now there's a tool they sell that you can attach to the surge tank so you can suck coolant out of the system if you don't have a drain tube on the radiator, but we don't have that tool. So I have a drain container under the truck. We're gonna make a little bit of a mess here, but I'm gonna try not to make a lot of it. So actually, can you plug that? Yeah, that way there isn't. So I'm gonna plug this too. Okay, we're gonna put that right there. Let's minimize the leakage. Nice. What do you think, Steve?
I think I'm watching a professional.
You are? That's good. I like to be called professional. All right, we're gonna put these out of the way. Guys, when you guys come to the shop, this guy over here is the guy you're gonna see at our office, okay? Steve is gonna be our service writer. I'm having Steve in the shop so he can see, I mean, he knows, but I was like, spend some time with us in the shop so you can see what we go through, okay? Because what I don't want is having kind of service writer up front, not knowing what's happening in the shop, just be like, you guys are taking too long. This car should be done by now. I'm like, now you get to see what we go through back here. But I mean, Steve is very knowledgeable about auto repair and he's been watching our videos first before he joined the team. So, Steve, I'm happy you're here, man.
I'm happy for the opportunity, Dia. Thank you very much.
You are welcome. It's so fun to have you here. So, we're gonna disconnect the temp sensor. So this is a temp sensor right there. See, so easy. Right next to the thermostat. Now we're gonna remove these bolts. And then this guy. I think this is one of the easiest thermostats that I've ever. Oh, There's a lot of coolant leaking. I hope it's going in. Yeah, it's all going in the drain container. That's good. We're not making a mess. Look at it. Such a beauty. All right. Man, the gasket is stuck. Oop. Old thermostat, bad. We're gonna throw this in the trash. We are going to replace the sensor first, so I'm gonna plug this. Okay, sorry, I'm making a mess, but bear with me there. So we're gonna change the sensor first. Okay. Steve, if you can give me that new sensor. Man, I love Chevys. They're pretty easy to work on, you know. Should we just become a Chevy shop?
We could.
Yeah?
LS swap the world. That's what they say.
Yep. Can I see your that sandpaper? Yeah, let me just clean this off a little bit here. Okay, so that coolant is coming out, so all the dirt is now gonna fall in the cooling system. So now we're gonna install the brand new sensor, just like that. We're gonna tighten it. Now this sensor it goes into the water pump assembly, so it's aluminum. We don't want to go gorilla on it. Just like that, I use my natural torque wrench, okay? Perfect. And then there is a little locking piece over here. Nice. Okay. And then we're gonna clean up this surface here. Because if you don't clean this surface very well, the new seal is not going to sit properly. And if it doesn't sit properly, you're going to have coolant leaks. So the last thing I want is having coolant leaks and having a comeback. As you guys know, I don't like comebacks. I like fixing cars once and once only. I mean, I don't mind this truck coming back, but it has to come back for something else, not what we did.
Yes.
Right, Steve?
That's correct.
All right. Now these holes go through. That's what I'm checking, because if they were blocked, we have to blow them off. Yeah. Because if you have coolant in it, when you tighten the bolt, guess what? They're not gonna torque properly, and then you have leaks too. Yeah, that's true. It's either gonna crack or they're not gonna be all the way torqued, and you're gonna have issues. Nice. So now we can install our brand new thermostat housing. Came with a new seal. I'm making sure the seal is sitting properly on the groove. And then we're just gonna sit this right here, just like that. And then we're gonna get the bolt started. Perfect. So now we're gonna use our torque wrench to torque the thermostat housing bolt. The torque spec for the housing bolt is 89 inch-pound. As you can see, I have my torque wrench set up to 89 inch-pound. So now we're gonna torque this bolt. That's odd. Is this thing all right? It's starting to feel too tight to me. Let me double check the spec. Was I looking at the spec of the wrong bolt? I don't want to break those bolts. No, it feels pretty tight to me because this is aluminum, you know.
Yeah.
I don't want to break it. No, I don't want to. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna go any more than this. Something is not right.
Could it be the batteries?
On the
Torque wrench?
torque wrench, maybe. Because this, yeah, I can feel it getting pretty tight right now. I don't want to go any further than this because I'm gonna break these. All right, guys, I'm just gonna use my natural torque wrench. Yes, let me grab a regular ratchet. Oh, I don't know if the battery on the torque wrench is getting weak or something. I don't know, but I mean, I know how 89 inch-pound feels like. Okay, so just trust me on this. I mean, they say don't trust someone who says trust me, but I hope you can trust me. All right, all right. Yeah, that's good right there. That's good right there. That's good right there. Okay. I will not lead you guys astray. All right, so now we're gonna connect this here. Yeah, I mean, that felt pretty tight.
It looked like it was starting to get pretty tight.
Yeah, and I don't want to strip them because if you strip these ones, you got to change the whole water pump. So I don't want that. I want to get this out of here so we can move on. So I don't want to keep this in here for too long. Nice, okay. Now we're gonna install this guy. Nice. Nice. The throttle body looks pretty clean. It doesn't look dirty. If the throttle body was dirty, this would be the perfect time to clean it, but it's fine. I think I've cleaned this in the past because this guy is a regular customer, so we maintain his vehicles. And we're gonna put coolant in the system, then we're gonna start it. All right, so Steve has installed this inlet tube. Clamps are tightened. So now we're gonna put coolant in the cooling system, and then we're gonna start the engine. Now, while Steve is doing that, I'm gonna connect the scan tool to the vehicle. Okay, so the key is on in the truck. Let's scan this thing and see. We're gonna erase the codes, and then we're gonna start the engine. We're gonna watch our engine temp data PID. So right there, the scan tool has identified the vehicle. Now, we looked at the codes yesterday already, so I'm gonna clear all the codes. And I have those codes saved in the scan tool. So if I ever want to see them again, I can go back and look. Okay, so we cleared all the codes. Now I'm gonna scan all the control units again. Let's see if our codes are gone. So that's good. 0 codes in the engine computer, no codes in the transmission control unit, no codes in the ABS, so that's good. All these control units here have 0 codes. We're good. So Steve, can you open the door for me? Because we're gonna start it. Okay. Now our P0128 code is still there on the generic side, but that's okay. It will go away. So now I'm gonna look at the data from the generic side of the scan tool. Cameraman Kyler is not feeling well, but he decided not to stay home. He came to work. So on a Saturday. Cameraman Kyler, I appreciate you. Actually, we had to come in today today is Saturday. We usually don't work on Saturdays. We work Monday to Friday. But I told everyone we had to be here because we will be gone next week from Thursday to Sunday. We're going to ASTA in North Carolina. We're going to training. Guys, I believe in training. You know, I always tell everyone here and my friends and people that I know, I don't want to be good. I want to be great. So to be great, if you are searching for greatness, if you want to be awesome in your field, in what you do, you have to keep training. You can never know everything. And technology is advancing so fast. There are improvements. Improvements are being made pretty much every 6 months, every 2 years. So you have to keep up with training. If you don't stay ahead of the learning curve, you'll stay behind. And I don't want to stay behind. I want to work on cars for the rest of my life. And I realized that if I want to do that, I have to always keep learning. I have to have kind of a child spirit, they say. You know, you have to, you know, I don't know everything. And I say that all the time. I learn every day. I read all the time. I read service info. I read books. I go to training. It's mandatory here at our shop to go to training. So you have to put in at least 100 hours of training time per year. If not, you can't work here. So all these guys here know you have to train. If I'm training, everybody is. And guess what? The company is paying for it. So, I mean, I don't know who's not gonna like that unless you don't wanna be better. Okay, so we're going to training. Steve is going with us.
I'm so excited.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna love it.
I know.
I remember the very first time I went to training, the very first time I went to ASTA, yeah, it's changed the way I looked at the industry, man. Yeah. I met all the cool guys like Paul Danner, Mario, who else was there? Charles, Humble Mechanic, all these cool YouTubers that I look up to, people that I watch all the time. They were there and I learned a lot from them. Like, you sit in this class with these guys and you like, these guys, someone like Scanner Danner, he's been doing it way longer. Like, he's been doing this for a long time. He still goes to training.
That's awesome.
What about someone like me? I'm like the little guy coming up. You know what I mean? So we have to keep training. So Steve is coming, Robin is coming. So 3 of us are going to ASTE this year. And I'm very excited to take Robin and Steve with me. So if you see us around, I know some of you will be there. If you see us around, please say hello. I would love to meet you guys. Actually, Kyler, can we make sure this video comes out before we leave? Yeah? Okay.
We could do that.
So this video will probably come out on Monday or Tuesday, okay? So if you see us at ASTA, come say hello. We will be there. We'll be there for 4 days. So come say hello. We would like to hang out with you. So back to this. So I'm going to grab the engine temperature data pid and engine speed data pid. I'm gonna graph these two. So I'm gonna have Steve start the engine for us. Steve, if you can start the engine for us, please. Yeah, let's do it. Nice. So engine is running. First thing I'm noticing is the fan is no longer spinning fast like it was doing. Kyler, remember yesterday when we started this? Immediately, as soon as I started it, the fan started going wonky, started going crazy. What's that? The smoke? Oh, because of coolant. Yeah, we had some coolant that leaked out there, so yeah. And that's normal. Eventually, once that coolant dries out, you know, the heat of the engine is gonna dry it out and we should be good. Now the engine temperature is increasing. Really good. Really nice, yeah. Actually, you don't really have to burp the air. Okay. As soon as you leave the cap off, the water pump is going to circulate the coolant throughout the engine, okay, and some of the air will come out. Okay. Yeah. So engine temperature is increasing. Steve, if you can go in the truck and rev it up, hold the engine RPMs to about 3,000. Let's watch how high the engine temperature is gonna go before the thermostat opens. Remember yesterday it was opening around 168, which is not normal. Yeah, the noise I'm hearing under the hood, this noise could be coming from one of the pulleys. All right, so rev up the engine, hold it at about 3,000 RPMs. Our temperature is increasing, so that's good. Rev it up higher. Rev it like you don't own it. Nice. Guys, this over here already tells me that we have fixed this truck, because yesterday the engine temperature couldn't even get up to 170. Yesterday when I was revving up the engine, the highest temperature we got was 168. After 168, the thermostat opened. But right now with the new thermostat, our temperature is still climbing, okay? We are at 183 right now, so that's good. We should go all the way up to about 195 or 200, okay? So the bad thermostat was opening too soon. So rev it again. Looking good. Let it idle. So this is good. Right now the temperature is at 215. Good, nice. So right now our thermostat has opened. As you can see, you guys will see this over here. So now the temperature is dropping. So the temperature, the engine temperature went all the way up to 215. Now it's dropping down to 201. So our thermostat is opening at 215 degrees. We're good, Steve. This is fixed. Now, hold on, Steve. That noise is gone, right? Yeah. It's not making it anymore. So I guess it was just a little bit of coolant that we got on the belt. Yeah. So we're gonna take this on a test drive, Steve. This is good. All right, so we are going to turn off the engine. We're gonna close the hood. Can you turn off the engine and turn the key on? Let me double check and make sure we don't have a code in the engine computer. Turn the key on. So here's what we noticed. The fan is no longer remaining on. It's no longer running like it was yesterday. Right, Steve?
Right.
Fan is no longer going on. See, our engine temperature went all the way up to 215.
Okay.
And then the thermostat opened.
And then it dropped.
And then it dropped.
Yep.
So that's good. Yesterday, the old thermostat was opening at 168. Yeah, it was opening too soon. Before the engine even got hot, it already opened. Yeah.
That might be why the transmission light came on.
Yeah.
The transmission has to operate within.
We are within engine temperature. Yeah, it has to get, because if the engine is not getting hot enough, that's going to affect how the transmission is shifting and downshifting.
Exactly.
Yeah. Good. So let's back out. We shouldn't have any codes right now. Let's take this for a spin, and then we're going to have another happy customer.
Nice.
Yep, another happy customer, Steve.
Yeah.
It's all about having happy customer. Matt, we're gonna have another happy customer. We got cameraman Matt stretching. Why you don't want people to see you? Gosh. All right, so guys, you guys will see this. See, we got no codes in the engine computer.
Perfect.
What's that? What? Check online solution for close program. Our scan tool is kind of messing up here. Oops. I don't want to break my scan tool. So guys, we decided not to take you guys on a test drive. I don't think it's necessary. We already saw the temperature where the thermostat is opening, and it's opening at the right temperature, 215. So we're gonna scan the engine computer again. If there are no codes, we're gonna wrap up this video right there. As you can see, no codes. Communication, control module, communication, bus A off. Huh, that's odd.
That might be your dongle.
Oh, really?
Maybe, I don't know.
Okay, let me take a picture of this code. Now, this U code doesn't have anything to do with the thermostat that we replaced. Okay, we'll take this on a test drive, and then I might even see if it's gonna keep coming. I will erase it, and then now we might make a separate video about this code. But we know is we fixed the customer's complaint. The fan is no longer running. Bless you, Kyler. And the fan is not running all the time anymore. Thermostat is now opening at the right time, so we made the right call. Yeah, so the code we had was this one, P0128. So yeah. All right, I'm gonna clear all these codes.
Take it for a test drive.
Take it for a test drive, and then we should be good to go. All right, guys, that's it. I'm gonna leave this right over here. This was a quick and easy one.
Very quick.
It's fixed. So, cameraman Kyler, thanks for being behind the camera. Steve, thank you for your help.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. Everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, give it a thumb down. But if you do, tell us why so we can make better videos in the future. If you're not a subscriber to our YouTube channel, please subscribe. Ring the bell so you can get notified every time we upload a new video. I would really appreciate that. If you're already a subscriber coming back to watch this, I appreciate you. Thank you, everybody. See you next time.